You know, what we're looking at here isn't just music. It's so much more. This is the visual heart of a Qawwali performance, and that's less of a song and more of a soul-bearing declaration of faith. So today, we're going to unpack the layers of meaning in this poem of praise, a qasida that's all about the revered figure, Ali. We're going to try and understand what inspires this kind of incredible devotion.
So the whole thing kicks off with this incredibly powerful cry, "Hey Ali, I am a slave of Ali." Now that's not just an opening line, it's the entire argument of the piece, right there. From the very first second, it sets up this relationship of absolute submission and boundless love, and it just throws us right into this world of spiritual intensity.
Okay, so that immediately brings up a huge question. What is it that inspires this level of devotion? I mean, what qualities could possibly lead someone to declare themselves a slave to another person? To figure that out, we're going to have to break down the key ideas praised in the lyrics.
To really get this, we first have to look at the words they're using. See, the performance doesn't just use Ali's name, it gives him a very specific, very powerful role. So, who is this leader, this Sardar, that's at the heart of all this praise? Well, the word is Sardar, and this term means leader, chief, or commander. It's a title of just immense respect and authority. Think about that for a second. It's not just calling someone a guide or a teacher. It's acknowledging them as the one in command, the one who is truly leading the way. That's a huge difference.
And then listen to how personal this title becomes. The Qawwal doesn't just sing Sardar Ali, he sings Sardar Ali, my leader. That one little word, mera, which means my, it just completely transforms a title of public authority into this deeply personal pledge of allegiance. And that, right there, that's the bedrock of the entire devotion.
All right, so once that personal connection is locked in, things get intense. The devotion really ramps up, moving way beyond just loyalty and into an expression of ultimate commitment, one that goes beyond life itself. The feeling here is just staggering. 1,000 lives sacrificed for Ali. This is, of course, classic poetic hyperbole. It's a tool used in devotional art to express a love so deep that the value of your own life, or even 1,000 of them, seems small in comparison.
And this is so key. For the believer, this isn't just a pretty line in a song. It's a spiritual vow. It's a declaration of absolute, unconditional loyalty. Really, the ultimate pledge a follower can make to their commander.
So, if one person's loyalty is that absolute, what does that say about the leader's power? Well, this is where the song does something amazing. It zooms way out, shifting from the personal heart of a devotee to a vision of that leader's influence on a cosmic, even universal scale. What the lyrics are saying is that the earth, the sky, the divine throne, the seat of all power, all of it is just a reflection of Ali's magnificent grandeur. The praise expands from the heart of one person to literally encompass all of creation. It's just a breathtaking leap in perspective. Let's just break down what that actually covers. It's the physical world we know, the earth and the sky. But then it moves into these metaphysical, spiritual realms. The Arsh, which is often understood as the divine throne itself, and the Kursi, the seat of all power. So the praise is claiming Ali's grandeur across every single dimension of existence you can imagine.
Okay, so after painting this huge cosmic picture, the song does something really cool. It snaps right back to something incredibly human and relatable, that feeling of needing a protector when you're in trouble. This is where the commander becomes a savior.
And this is where we get a new title for Ali, Hyder, which means lion. This isn't just a name, it's a symbol, right? It brings up this image of unstoppable strength, of ferocious courage, and the kind of power that can defeat any enemy. When you're in trouble, you don't just call a leader, you call the lion.
And you can feel the tension start to build here, both in the music and in the lyrics. The word for trouble, mushkil, starts to get repeated. It's a word that just lands with the weight of hardship, and it creates this sense of being cornered, of being totally overwhelmed.
And again, mushkil. See how that repetition works? It's like a heartbeat getting faster in a moment of crisis. It's designed to pull you, the listener, right into that feeling of distress, that desperate need for a way out.
And then, bam, the release. All that trouble, all that difficulty, it just disappears when the cry of Haidar is raised. So calling out the name of the lion is presented as the ultimate solution, a force that just cuts through any and all problems. It's such a powerful statement of faith in a protector. So this all leads us to what might be the most crucial point of the whole performance. This is where the singer draws a really sharp line between how this art might be seen by an outsider and how it's actually lived by a believer. The lyrics spell this out for us. For the people, for the audience, this whole performance might just be a song. But for the singer, for the devotee, it is Meir Munnen Dithar, which is not just the core of their faith, but you could translate it as the very current or the flow of their soul. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that the music, the poetry, the performance, that's all just the outside shell. It's the outward expression of a belief that is internal, foundational, and deeply, deeply personal. It's the difference between just listening to music and actually living a prayer. And that is why this matters so much to the faithful.
And with that, the Qawwali comes full circle, ending with this powerful reaffirmation of that personal bond. My leader, my master, Ali. This one line just wraps everything we've talked about up perfectly. The commanding Sardar, the protective lion, and the cosmic force, all brought down into one direct, personal relationship.
So whether you share this specific belief or not, you have to admit the performance pulls off something pretty remarkable. It takes a deeply personal faith and somehow transforms it into a universal emotional experience that anyone can feel. And that really leaves us with a final question to think about. How does art do that? How can music or poetry bridge that huge gap between one individual's soul and a universal audience?